Are you struggling to go positive in XDefiant? Here are some tips to help you improve your gameplay, rack up more kills, and for those of you that need it, improve your KD. Note, this guide is for those aiming to take on the Slayer role. OBJ and other roles will be covered in other videos. If this is your first time here, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. So there is a little misconception when it comes to the Slayer role in FPS gaming. A lot of players tend to think that Slayers are just players that brainlessly run around the map, shooting their gun, trying to get kills, and overall just being kill hungry. It may seem like that from what we see, but there is so much more to the Slayer role. One big thing is map control. By eliminating opponents, the Slayer helps secure key areas of the map, making it easier for their team to complete objectives. Another big one is just disruption and being annoying. A good Slayer disrupts the enemy team's strategies and movements, creating opportunities once again for you and your team to be able to run your system. So first things here are you are gonna have to understand the game dynamics. XDefiant can be frustrating with its design that often gets you shot in the back or killed by annoying abilities. But expect players to stick together, and if you finish one gunfight, highly anticipate another one or maybe even another two. If you really want to focus on making your KD better, you might want to avoid hot shot. But even then, you still might find yourself getting flanked in every other game mode, domination, hell, even escort or zone control. Next, positioning is key. Stay on the outskirts of the map and avoid head-on gunfights when you know there are more enemies around. Try to be more unpredictable, but most importantly, try to be patient. It is so easy for players that are trying to take on that Slayer role just to be so impatient, which will cause you to die a whole lot more than you want to. Still wait for enemies to come to you, but ultimately move around strategically. When I say that, that does not mean post up in camp. Move around the map strategically and even play mind games with the enemies. Just because you see someone doesn't mean you should shoot them immediately. Wait until they are far from cover, or at least until you are 100% confident that you are able to get the kill. And try to create angles when you are firing at an enemy, making it easier for you to fire at them, but making it harder for them to fire at you. The cool thing about XDefiant is you can do this by strafing in the air or setting up attachments for your weapon, increasing your strafe speed. Next, be smart with your engagements. I did just touch base on this a second ago, but don't shoot at enemies that are about to go out of your view and into cover. This gives them a chance to reposition and counterattack. But the good news is, if you did put some shots into them, there is a good chance they are weak, so maybe you can finish a job, but always expect the bait and switch situation. If you tag an enemy up and you didn't kill them, expect for their buddy to pop out full health, ready to challenge you. And another thing is, XDefiant's netcode is a little bit inconsistent right now, causing you to lose a lot of gunfights that you should really be winning. So again, a lot of the times it is super important not to take a fight unless you are super confident that you are going to go ahead and get that kill. Next, use random teammates to your advantage. I know this may sound petty, but if you're playing with randoms, you will thank me later. Most players will run around just looking for kills. Try to avoid this. Play smart and let your teammates push first, then follow up, using that bait and switch situation as we talked about. If your teammate doesn't get eliminated, you can either go for a bait and switch or take the team shots approach. That will work too, but if you are playing with goofy teammates, pretty much just use them as meat shields to learn enemy positions that aren't visible on your radar. Next, this one is huge, but map awareness. Good thing is the maps on XDefiant are relatively easy to get the hang of, but become obsessed with your minimap. A lot of players are still sleeping on the minimap. Not only do you want to pay attention to the enemy dots on your radar, but keep an eye on your teammates' positions as well. If your teammates are on one side of the map, enemies are likely on the other. This isn't always the case though. Also, spawns can be just a tad bit unpredictable, so always be cautious of empty areas on the radar. Next, aim for the head. But if you're not that confident in your aim, definitely try the upper torso. Shooting below the torso deals less damage. Really hyperfixate on aiming for headshots and upper chest shots to outgun your opponents. If you are using a gun like the MP7, you will be surprised how much faster you will start killing enemies. I want to throw this in there too though. Never challenge a sniper. I need to take my own advice with this one here. It's just not worth it. Unless they are a full-on bot, then do your thing. But if you're exposed to a sniper, run unpredictably. Some may use the term serpentine to avoid getting hit. Alert your teammates or take matters into your own hands and try and hit a flank. But never try to take on a sniper from a distance. In most cases, you will not win. That's if they are halfway decent, of course. Next, I mentioned this a little bit ago as well. Play mind games with your opponents. When you encounter an enemy and they see you, pretend like you don't see them, go behind cover, and then re-challenge. Take advantage of those situationally. Pre-aim in directions where there's no action to anticipate enemy movements, especially when you are playing games with players that are actually decent. Next is weapon choice. Stick to the reliable weapons like the MP7 and ACR, mainly in competitive lobbies. It's not really worth using any other weapons in the sweaty matches. The MP7 did just get nerfed in the latest patch, but it is still one of the best, if not the best SMG in XDefiant. If you're kind of just running through a lobby pretty easily, you can pretty much use whatever weapon you want to. But again, when things get a bit sweaty, I recommend the ACR for AR users and the MP7 for SMG users. Another thing you are going to want to do is invest in a good audio system. So let's talk about my guys over at Waves Customs. Experience unparalleled sound quality with Waves Custom in-ears. Designed to fit your ears perfectly using 3D scanning technology with your iPhone, both smartphone and Android. These in-ears offer superior comfort and clarity. Not only do they kill it in the audio department, they also kill it as far as aesthetics. You can get these in almost any color, and you can get almost any logo printed on them, such as your favorite esports team, or hell, maybe your favorite e-girl. Check these guys out, it'll be the first link down in the description, and use code NERV7 for 10% off any purchase at checkout. If you know of anything else to consider for anyone trying to improve their slaying game in XDefiant, feel free to drop everything down in the comment section. And if you dug the content, consider subscribing for more FPS content, such as XDefiant and Call of Duty, and I'll drop 2 more videos for you on the screen right here. Thank you all for your time. All y'all take care, and I'm out.